Greetings, everyone. Our trip through the random missions of Infested Planet taking a pause here as we head back to the plot for the finale in Endgame. And just as a bit of review, it's been quite a while since we did a plot mission. Last one in Periapsis, we defeated the clone of General Magnuson and harvested some sort of genetic material to build a bioweapon that should help us finally defeat the Harvester. Believe that when we see it, but nonetheless, that is the plan. And here is the mad scientist herself, Dr. Cassander. This is it. We are as ready as we will ever be, Commander. I have developed a bioweapon that will scramble the alien mutations. The more mutations they have, the better it will work. Just tow the pods next to the hive mind and they will fire automatically. Use the bioweapon wisely. Oh, and Drake tells me that we can reactivate Marine barracks in the area to get more troops, so keep that in mind. Drake has some words also. Guess none of us expected to be here at this point. I reckoned I'd be in a bar drinking back home. Well, we're here now and we've got a job to do. Eggheads did their thing, no disrespect, Doctor, and now it's time to do ours. Perhaps you should have thought about that before you took off a few missions ago? Just saying. I'd say that we'll all be wealthy when we come back, but I'm afraid that's a lie. The only thing at stake here is the skin on our backs and the lives of our friends. And the Doctor keeps saying that we might just save the human race. Ha! So here goes nothing. Cassander again. Bioweapon pods are scattered all over the place. We can use them to cancel mutations, but we have to find them first. Well, finding them isn't hard. There's a couple we're basically tripping over here, right in front of our starting bunker. Then we have more by these barracks around the edge of the map. And various other assorted sundries. Lots of crates for us to gather, especially BP crates, also ammo ones. We've got towers, we've got guardians, bulwarks, shields, turrets, hives, proto-hive, mortar, and of course, in the middle, the harvester itself, which is invulnerable until you knock out the hives around it, so we can't just go straight for a quick resolution. And the harvester's main gimmick here is going to be this mutation timer, which is about as scary as it looks. They're going to rapidly escalate mutations, making this a very double-edged start to the map, and I think the start is by far the hardest. If you can expand reasonably quickly, push into here, start deploying the bioweapon pods, then it gets much easier. But if you don't get to that point fast enough, then the scaling up of the mutations can just overwhelm you, and you can also lose very quickly. So we're going to be aggressive, beginning with Chopper Strike, a couple shotgun upgrades, an extra soldier, and then we'll hit this right away with that Chopper Strike and see what happens as we move out for our first mutation. Carapace. Okay, that's going to make this a little bit more of an interesting first attack, but we should be able to handle it. Looks like we're going to lose a shotgunner, but everybody else is going to live. Okay. Now I want to run you down here. Tower spawner, yuck. The point of this is I want to get a minefield right away, just to slow them down here. Don't like tower spawner as an early mutation, and you can try to expand more before you press into the harvester. I'm not going to, just because if the mutations go against you, you can really get into a hard situation doing that. So I'm going to go with a flamer and a shotgunner here. And I just want to meet this and smack it around right away. Free Chopper Strike. Especially with carapace on these. Gonna make it particularly fun. Okay. Splash damage. Joyful. So I'm gonna send... No, that's not what I want. Officer. Run back here, grab a crate, and bring it back. And once you grab one of these, you get the fun of them sending out one of these groups of clones. So we're going to sell you off. And then switch you to a flamer. Because they're much better at dealing with this threat. Alright. Keep going. Got the one soldier back here to defend. And that proto-hive was our main obstacle, preventing us from getting through. I want to hit this and this. There we go. And again, we could wait longer, but I'm just going to run this in here and get our first reprieve. Tower Revive. Okay. Mutations canceled. Notice it's only 1.5 minutes the bioweapon's active for. It can be much longer if you wait for more mutations. But this gives us a breather to make sure that particularly bad luck with mutations is not going to stop us from being successful. And so I'm going with it. I'm going to switch you to an officer to grab this crate as well. Everybody runs back here. We regroup. And now we have time, free from mutations, to secure our position. We still have one more crate, so we're in no concern about that at all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's see, I'm going to grab one more. And we're going to run over this way. So I want to take this. I eventually want to swing up this direction. But for right now, I want this barracks, this hive, and this mimic nest. And then we'll see where we are. So run everybody over there. And the officer is going to come in here and give you a piece of its mind. There we go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Couple flamers just to burn this down nice and quick. Good shooting. We've got some friends to watch our back. So we've got this here.
Target acquired. Awaiting orders. Yes, sir.
We can have a couple shotgunners, a flamer. We've got the chopper strike coming in. We have no mutations coming. We have some friends. This should really just get plowed through relatively easily. That one spitter tower was a bit annoying.
Awaiting orders.
But otherwise, we did just fine.
Awaiting orders. Yes, sir.
I'm going to switch to a couple flamers there. We're going to keep right on going. Because the other soldiers are going to keep on going. Our ones from the barracks, whether we do or not, and they're going to trigger this. So we might as well join them. Yeah, sure. Why don't you join us as well? Okay. That's down. I'm just going to keep going and hit this, but I want to be a little careful when I do it. Because otherwise we can trigger these guardians if we get too far into this. So I'm actually not going to use flamers.
Awaiting orders.
Let's grab another soldier.
Yes, sir.
Just have a bunch of shotgunners and stay at a reasonable distance. Impact is our first mutation of the next round. Alright, let's move in just enough to capture it. Excellent. Now next up, you back here. I mean, this is still serving a purpose. But I'm going to put up robotics. So that we can have a little bit more defense this way. And if that's not enough, I'll swing some more in. But meanwhile,
Awaiting orders.
I'm going to want a couple flamers, and we're going to move around this way. I want to get rid of these guardians before we continue to press the attack. Bombardment. That shouldn't hurt us much, but it could hurt us with this over here. So we're going to attack here, but also take a couple of you and just split off and go deal with this nonsense. Flamers moving in. You're down. And you're down. And you're down as well. And let's see. I'm actually going to get engineering here also. I'd like to be able to build remotely on a map that's as spread out as this. And we haven't used engineering in a little while. Probably a good idea. Wow, both my flamers went down much faster than I expected. So this is going to take a little longer than I was hoping. Let's use some ammo. There we go. Come back around this way if you please. And you can, I guess, hang out there because they're really pressing in. You can be a shotgunner.
Awaiting orders. Yes, sir.
Huh, thought I'd have enough for a flamer with that. I guess not. Okay. You cycle out here. And then... yeah, we can sell you off. Get another flamer. Attack the next target. Chopper strike. And see if we can be a little bit more careful here with our flamers so we don't lose them unnecessarily.
Awaiting orders. Yes, sir.
There's Rust.
Yes, sir. Awaiting orders. Yes, sir.
Just keep cycling people in. And these two Guardian nests are now gone.
Awaiting orders. Orders received.
I'm going to grab an officer here.
Yes, sir. Orders received.
Grab these two crates and run. Come on, get it. Thank you. And now we're just going to circle everybody around this way. So we have bombardment, neurotoxins, rust, impact. And the question is, do we want to push in here more? I would like to take this when we have a clear set of mutations if we can. Again, we have plenty of these. We have 3 of these available. So I think what we're actually going to do is run back this way. Alright, we did lose the officer. You know what? We have time. We'll just run back and grab that. That shotgunner, this one should be able to hold those off. I'm just going to grab one of these and work my way in. And just periodically using these,
Yes, sir.
if you get these up too high, like if you get them up to 10, that's your threshold. Getting 10 mutations plus delivering the payload for the bonus achievement on this map, which is Back from the Dead. But I don't think that's particularly useful in a practical sense. It's more just do this if you want to get an achievement for achievement's sake. And the first time you get up to 5, Cassandra says this: perhaps it's time to deploy the bioweapon. Any more and we risk being overrun. If you get up to 9, I think it is, then you'll get yelled at by Drake. Okay, tower spawner. All the more reason to keep right on rolling. You can be a flamer and come out this way. Come on. Get him. Thank you. And we're just going to work our way up. And the tower spawner is coming, but that's what we have Chopper Strike for. Okay. Officer, do your duty. They're shooting, but they're not going to get you. There we go. And there should be... maybe we can get this crate and bring it back. Maybe we can't. We'll give it a shot. We'll come back there. Let's have all of you come back here and make sure we deal with this. So we have about 2 minutes now of mutation-free action. Alright. Just getting some health. And then we'll traipse up this way. And I do think I'm going to go with life support now. So we're just gradually making progress.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I think I'm going to turret this area. Let's go and hit this. And we're plowing through this pretty reasonably. Okay. I want you to hit this mortar. And then my next task is this proto-hive, because when we hit this, it's going to be a problem. So... Flamer. Teleport to the other side. And hit this so that we're actually dealing with it. I'm going to bring up some of those. Maybe add a couple shotgunners. Jump in here. We do have a free chopper strike. Let's use it. Oh, I didn't actually... I took off the one who was going to go hit this. There we go. Flamer's doing its job. You are no longer achieving anything there. Might as well put up another one. Okay, this is in place. You can come from this direction. And let's just charge in with the rest. There we go. Defending well everywhere. I mean, I think this is probably useless at this stage. Or at least not particularly useful right now. Do I want... I'm not going to build anything else just yet. We have another 30 seconds. Going to use it. We're going to run over this way and knock out this to get ourselves another fun area. And that was one of our army soldiers from the barracks that was eliminated there. Okay. Maybe I'll go into demolition after this, says Drake. Let's hit this with a chopper strike. I don't want 2 flamers here. I think 1 would be good. Maybe we grab another soldier. What else might we want? I'll just grab a sniper just because we can. Let's knock these out. And down it goes. So we're making pretty quick progress at this point. Clone strike. But you're coming from this area. So what I think I'm actually going to do is just run around this other direction. I wouldn't mind attacking this from here anyway. Let's grab another regular soldier. Join in. What I want to do on this side is knock out this flat cannon. Go, go, go. Infestation, that's a new one. That means basically we don't want to let them capture any of our structures, which of course we didn't want to anyway, but they won't just destroy them, they'll turn them against us.
Roger that.
And our flamer is taking some serious damage here. On the other hand, we are progressing quite well. Another chopper strike just because we can.
Yes, sir.
And you can be the flamer. And on we go. Spitter towers or no, we're blasting through this. And we can see at this point, really, our firepower is enough that we do not expect to be stopped by much of anything. Grenades, we'll go and put those up. I want to gradually keep increasing our structures. And I have an officer here who is going to start running and taking some of these. Meanwhile, the rest of you, I don't need the sniper for now. Let's hit this. Hive spit. Clone strike's coming this way, that's fine. We'll be ready for it. Oh, I didn't get everybody involved. Once this is all over, Drake says he's settling down, can only shoot so many buggers in his life. Notice, by the way, all the clone troopers multiplying out here as we knock out the outlying areas. I think it's triggered by the hives. I'm not entirely sure of that. Alright, this is definitely our next target, this whole area. But we're going to wait for the clone strike. Well, actually, they're interrupting the clone strike, so let's join them. What else did we have again? Neurotoxins, hive spit, infestation rust. I'm not too worried about any of the rest of those. Go. Go. Let's get another flamer, and let's build the rest of our structures. We've got the points, let's just do it. Ammo supply, and it was also pointed out that using the human wave strategy, if we do it, the reinforcement chopper here really helps with that because you respawn faster, they're dropped where you're fighting, you get the increase in fire rate, and that the ammo cost is basically if you have ammo supply, the idea is the ammo supply gives you those ammo drops when a soldier dies, so that pays for the cost to put them back out there. So
Yes, sir.
that can really work well. We're going to progress further in here and eliminate some unfriendly guardians. Oh, you're not going to be avoiding us. You will indeed not be doing that. And what are we... Okay, we're being hit by you. We were being hit by you. Bingo. Now, our officer, you have some more jobs to do. I want you to grab a whole bunch of these crates. Just help us scale up that much more. This one as well. And I don't know where these enraged came from. Yeah, somebody triggered one of these. Okay. I will, just to be absolutely sure of everything, I'm going to teleport a flamer back there. Oh, no, I won't, because I don't have enough ammo. I'll need to get some ammo in that case. But we'll just wait for that to happen. And I think I want to start... I don't really need to do it yet again, but I'm going to just grab you and bring you in here. Spitter spawn. Yep, that's another good reason to just reset all of this. We're in control of the map. Let's just make sure it stays that way. Okay. Kind of getting off kilter here. Knock all of you out, please. And you're actually holding out okay over there, even against those. So, Mr. Officer, Make your delivery.
Awaiting orders.
We'll cover you.
Roger that.
Bingo! Another 2.5 minutes.
Orders received.
Why don't you grab this? Run back there. This is still going to be fine. It looks like all of this is, you're here in case it goes bad. These spitters could be an issue. Let's upgrade you to shotgunner.
Yes, sir.
And let's get rid of this. Okay. Just sort of hang out in here for a minute. Weird. I didn't think you would die from that. Alright. Not a problem. You'll pick that up when you're done. We've got more help coming our way. Let's get this mimic bit out of the direction. Okay.
Yes, sir. Moving to location.
Officer has returned.
Awaiting orders.
You want to charge in here? Let's get this shield down, at least for you. Alright. So we have a couple of turrets here. You're taking some hits.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I feel like sending you some help.
Awaiting orders.
Let's... We don't really have much over that way. You know what? I'm just going to do a chopper strike in this area just to help that out. And we'll grab one more soldier here.
Awaiting orders.
I don't need the officer, otherwise it's a decent mix. Grab another soldier. And we're just going to charge into this. We've got our Marines in here. Let's just take advantage of them. Particularly with no mutations. So it looks like... Yeah, it looks like that did plenty over there to defend us. Alright. Lost a flamer, but everybody here is looking just fine.
Yes, sir.
Let's take a moment to clean up some messes.
Attacking target.
We have all kinds of time here, so I just want to fix any potential problems. The officer, you can grab this crate. And we'll just cover for you if we need to. Nope, you get out of the way. Hey, cloners. Why don't you go away? Thanks. Alright. I'm not sure who triggered you, but you know what? There's no reason why we can't just come in here and knock this out. There. That's not a problem anymore now. 30 seconds. Everybody looking good. Got this officer back here that we never had do anything.
Roger that.
Throw a free chopper strike in there. And let's hit this. Nothing a little bit of ridiculously overwhelming firepower can't handle. Another barrack up. Party's getting crowded. Anyone got drinks? So, there are ammo crates that we haven't used, but I think we've gathered up all of the BP crates. We have a full suite of structures. I don't have a good reason not to clean this. So we'll just do it. Tower spawner. Well, there's only one place you can spawn from, and we're not horribly worried about that at the moment.
Roger that. Attacking
We're
target.
just going to do a double chopper strike because we can. Not for any reason other than that. Goodbye. And you're not spawning that tower spawner. Here is the harvester with words to say. Poison, venom, blight, toxin, corruption, disease, pestilence, affliction, virus, blight, venom, disease, death. I have a feeling that everything is not well. The harvester is vulnerable. Bingo. Got all 5 barracks back up. Good. Time to put a dent into the big beastie. So, there are multiple paths about dealing with this. It's going to spawn a whole bunch of spitters. It's got all these guys out here. We don't have to do it this way, but I haven't actually built one before. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to build our flat cannon. So I'll put it right about here so it can pretty much hit everything. And then also we're just going to have all regular soldiers, and we're just going to attack. Of course, if they get this, we just rebuild it. There we go. You decide to come in. Keep going. And, yep, okay. That went down quickly. Rebuild it, please. We've got grenades. Every time we get a free chopper strike, we'll fire one of those in. There we go. Cannon's back up. Doing its thing. It's not so great against buildings, but not so tough now that you're full of the Doc's magic mix, are ya? Says Drake. Everybody attacks it. Okay, we've got enraged. You can be as enraged as you want, really. Got plenty of ammo. All of our friends coming in and attacking. Drake, stop talking to the thing and kill it. You can write it a postcard afterwards. That's funny. Another chopper strike, if you please. So they're throwing all different types of enemies at us. But we can grenade wherever is needed. Barriers. We don't care. There's a time for everything. A time to plant, a time to uproot, a time to be born, and a time to die. It looks like the harvester has accepted its fate. Let's give it another chopper strike. So, you think they give medals for saving mankind? I'll take 2. I believe that is all she wrote. Clean map. 16 minutes and change of actual real time. 18 soldiers lost in 1 structure. That just being the siege cannon there at the end. And we have a bit of a postscript here, the harvester. And that is how we killed a would-be god. By absorbing human DNA, the harvester gave us a chance to destroy it for good. It was never heard from again. So, the basic trope of we used its own type of abilities against it. The planet reverted to a wild state with predators, prey, and real ecosystems. In other words, what we expected to find in the first place. Of course, questions still remain. Was the harvester native to the planet? Are there more like it somewhere else? Somebody has to find the answers. Looks like they're telling us who that somebody will be. Drake's Devils? Drake and his merry band of mercenaries, I'm not sure how merry they are, but band of mercenaries made it back to human in one piece. With my help, they even managed to get paid for their misadventure. The cigar-chomping, wisecracking warrior decided to take the cash and retire. These days, he runs a very popular bar in the asteroid mining belts. Probably an appropriate ending to the story for Drake. Odd that a mercenary would be the most reliable man in a crisis. He wasn't. The player character, as second in command, was far more reliable than him. I wonder if he misses the excitement of the old days. Maybe one day I'll persuade him to tag along on one of my research trips. Strange choice of company, Dr. Cassandra, I might say, given some of the things that went down. I mean, not that Drake is a horrible person or anything, but I don't know. Apparently, she's more forgiving of him just being willing to leave everyone to die on the planet than I was. And the General. Nobody knows what happened to Magnuson except for those of us who were there. Officially, he died a hero in the midst of battle. The General was given full military honors and awarded a medal for bravery. I suppose that story helps everyone sleep better at night. Ah, yes. Approach of just throwing propaganda at the situation when the truth really is too uncomfortable. Unofficially, the General's clone is frozen in one of my specimen vats. Funny how everyone forgot about that after the fighting. Studying the alien tissues has already given me several breakthroughs in bioengineering. And finally, for the Doctor herself. For Drake, killing the Harvester was a glorious ending to his career. For me, it was a beginning. I pulled some strings to declare the planet a disaster area and off limits to all colonization. Why? Consider, scientists on the ancient Earth were able to revolutionize genetic science by studying simple jungle and ocean creatures. Imagine how much more we can learn with an entire planetary ecosystem, a new sentient species to research. What would we be able to do with the secrets of adaptation? This has become my life's work. I will make some good of all the people who died here. If another harvester arises, we will be ready. Maybe I'm just paranoid, but the Doctor scares me just a little bit. I don't entirely trust Cassandra. The end. And then we have a note from the developer. Congratulations on winning the story campaign. This was written before the Planetary DLC and some of the other expansions were put out. At this point, you might be wondering what's next. You've beaten the game. Is that all there is? If you're looking for more challenge, you might want to try the various skirmish difficulties. Can you beat the Terminus difficulty mode? It's the hardest mode on the campaign map. There's also a skirmish custom map option that allows you to make your own random maps. Check it out. Thanks for playing Infested Planet. I have to say to Rocket Bear Games, thanks for making it. It's quite a little game. 100,000 into our fund, and the planet is clear. It looks really weird now given how overgrown it was. And of course we have Abyss maps, and as we just learned, the final set then would be Terminus, so there is some more action left for us. We'll be heading into that when we return. Thanks for watching. Infested Planet will continue.